Hi, everyone.
Hello, welcome to our channel.
Yes, welcome. So,
Wow.
Mari-Lyn,
Yeah.
tell them what's been happening.
Okay. So
Oh,
our intention was to put out a review video of the fabulous movie Poltergeist from 1982.
yes.
Okay.
Such a great movie.
Got it
We did it.
downloaded. We did it. Yes. And it was fun. It was fabulous.
Yep.
And I'm so frustrated because we got it on YouTube and it was blocked.
Complete.
It only had one clip flagged though. So
Yes.
removed that, put it back up. Nope. Another clip flagged and blocked.
Yes.
So blocked 100%. It's not airing.
Yes.
3 times. I tried it 3 times. Blocked every time. So it is evidently such a fabulous movie that
Yes.
they're not willing to share with us.
Right.
So because it's so fabulous and it has so many wonderful paranormal concepts,
Yes.
we just thought we're just gonna talk about it.
Yep.
We're gonna talk about the movie,
Yep.
A little bit about some of the major clips that we had.
Yep.
Talk about could it happen? Is how it's depicted in the movie really how it could happen in real life?
Yes.
If you have not seen the movie, check it out.
Yes.
1982
Yes.
Poltergeist.
Fabulous.
It
I know
is.
they've done a remake. I'm one of those people. I couldn't watch the remake because the original was so amazing. Like I just couldn't. There are some movies that I'll watch a remake. Sometimes they're really good, or they're just
sometimes they're better. Not very often.
No, right.
Not this one. I haven't watched the remake.
No, won't do it.
No, that original one is just too amazing.
So that's how we're going to review the movie. We will talk. Yeah. We will just talk about the concepts in the movie. Could that really happen? Could it not? Plus the one dialogue that the one medium character does.
Yeah.
Mari-Lyn will actually read that and we can talk about it because it's just fabulous. And
it is, really is.
So before
sad, sorry.
No. Clearly we're not together again. We've been both so busy. It just, so I hope this works out okay for you guys. I know some of you we would prefer us together too. We really would. We love actually sitting right next to each other and doing this, but we're very busy.
Yeah. We just can't make it work sometimes. So at least we have this, we have this platform and we make it work.
Yep.
So
we have another YouTube channel for those.
Yes, we do.
Who don't know, the Conscious Spirit Podcast. I'll put the link below. You can check that out. We have the podcast, as you all know, we talk about it.
Yeah.
You can find that theconsciousspirit.net or on your favorite podcast apps.
Yes.
You can find it there too.
Yeah.
But it's just audio and it's just audio. So this way, for those of you who want to watch us talk.
And for those that are hearing impaired, which is how listening to us isn't an option.
Yes, we had thought about it and then we kind of went, no, we don't want to do another YouTube channel. And then we had one of our amazing viewers. Oh, I hope I get her name right. I should have wrote it down. I believe it's Vanessa Lopez. And I am so sorry if that's not I will check here in a minute. Anyway, she said she's hearing it. She's deaf and she wanted transcripts, and that I checked every app that our podcast goes out to, and not one of them does transcripts. So anyway, we thought, well, I think that's our sign from Spirit asking us to do the podcast. So that's the way we took it. So thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Vanessa. And thank you, Tracy Hugh, for being so generous and so kind to offer to write down the transcript, to make a transcript. for her. That was just
that
very
was
kind, very
very,
kind.
very touching.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
much gratitude.
yes. So, all right.
What else is happening? It feels like there's so much been happening.
I know so much.
That's like my head is just spinning.
I know we are creating a it's when I say new, it's something that we've done before. We stopped for a while, kind of. We're bringing it back. Is a full master healer program. So we're going to be launching that. We just have to sort of refine things. We have people who we do the program now, but it's not we don't have it all laid out, and it's we thought that would be better so we could put it on the website. People can actually look to see what's going on.
Yeah. It right now it's doesn't feel very organized. So yeah. And that's not really the right word, but
no, because I feel organized fine with it.
Yeah, well, myself.
Yes, we just wanted it because okay, so let's be real.
Yeah.
I am not a really organized person. Like, I don't make lists. I'm not a list maker. I'm not, oh my God, my husband's the list maker, whatever. Yes, Mari-Lyn. And honestly, I some people are okay with that. I've had people say, it's like you just fly by the seat of your pants. It's like, well, I don't really. When it comes to my classes, I don't have anything written down. I have nothing. I just connect to spirit and we go. And it's very personalized. Whoever's sitting in front of me gets a very personal experience through all the classes, etc. And it was just sort of time, I think maybe Mari-Lyn talking to me and saying, people really like to have sort of a little more of an outline to go by. And so really that's what we're doing. We're creating this sort of outline for those of you who need that. And I'm just different in that way, but I do honor that people like to have that. So that's what I'm doing.
And my sessions are also spirit led. And if I don't have certain things like highlighted for my own self, my ego gets in the way. I interrupt spirit's messaging because I'm so afraid that I'm going to miss something.
Yeah.
So I make my lists. Do I follow my lists? No, I really don't, because as long as I have it there.
Yes, but it makes you feel more comfortable to have it there.
It makes me feel, yeah.
Right. And that's what this will do. It will make students feel more comfortable. Like, okay, I see what's happening here. I see the progression. I see where we're going. So, so we're doing that. We're just so grateful to all of you, all of our clients and students and viewers, and you. Oh my gosh. I just, the gratitude is just,
it's overwhelming.
It's overwhelming.
It really is. Yeah. And this is going to be so fabulous. And I am just beyond excited.
Yes, and so grateful. Okay, so for all of you paranormal people out there, you're probably thinking, oh, can they just get to the review? Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
So, all right. Well, thank you for listening to us ramble on there for a little bit.
Yes. And hopefully, while we were rambling, you were liking and subscribing and sharing with your friends.
All of that goodness.
If you didn't, please do.
Yes.
Because we appreciate you all.
Yes.
So, okay. 1982. Poltergeist.
Should we start there with just the title?
Yes. The P word.
The P word.
The P word.
Yes.
Poltergeist.
Yes.
First of all, I want to say they picked the wrong title for the movie. Although it's a fabulous title.
Yes. But that name has stuck with just stuff flying around the house and activity and things are happening it's a poltergeist. It's a poltergeist. That really stuck. And it was probably
really did
before that movie too. And then that's where they got, they just went, oh, that's, etc.
Yep.
Yes. So no, you all know, certainly from watching us and just out of your own smart selves, you all know what a poltergeist is. It's created by a person or persons in the home, about living people.
Mm-hmm.
Although you're the one actually, Mari-Lyn, that an earthy can create its own poltergeist
Yes.
through that either unhealed empathy, that the way what we consider to be an attachment, which is an emotional
An
attachment.
emotional attachment. Yes.
Yeah. So that can happen too. But
Mm-hmm.
a poltergeist, you have stuff flying around your house, things are happening, whatever. That's not a poltergeist. So we'll just start with the name. You have a haunting, my friend. You have activity. You have
Yes.
most likely some very powerful beings who have wreaked havoc in your energetic space to
Mm-hmm.
create that type of activity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which again is very rare too. I know people get tired of us saying rare all the time, but it's true.
It is true.
Yeah.
I mean, you
true.
think about how many people are in this world.
Yeah.
And actually how many people have ever experienced activity.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And activity to the, well, I was going to say activity to the extent of what's in this movie, but nobody experiences that.
No,
but,
no.
But still
but the real equivalent,
yeah,
what could really happen. Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty rare.
Rare. Yeah.
Pretty rare.
All right.
So,
okay.
All right. So the first clip that I had that was so fun, the family is all sleeping in the family bed, and they had the TV on, and way back in the day,
this is like the famous,
yeah,
famous
there
scene
is, the TV show ends, and then there is the flag flying and song, and then the TV goes to white snow, and it's just white snow. And this is what happens. The little girl, Carol Ann, wakes up. She goes to the front of the TV, and there's communication happening from inside the TV to her. And then comes this hand of energy, and then the energy just fills up the room, and then there's like this earthquake in the room.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And if I may,
yes.
She says, "They're here."
Yes.
Love that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. It's a great scene.
It's a fabulous scene. So the white, the snow, the white, that noise, there are many things that can happen with that. So that white noise, our brains try to make sense of, it tries to pick up words and so forth. So it really can be your ego hearing things. It's just like when I have the blow dryer on, I'm going, a blow dryer is another one of those white sound kind of thing. And you're trying, and how many of you have been blow drying your hair and you thought you heard something, you turned it off, and you're like looking around like what's going on? Our brains are just trying to make sense of it.
Yeah.
However, with that said, some earthies, some spirits can make some communication through that. So it's really knowing the difference. Yeah. So that can happen.
Now, does that mean that they are inside the TV?
Nope.
Communicating that way?
Nope. No.
Just using that frequency.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Right. Which is what it is. Yeah. And then the energy coming out and filling the room. Nothing is coming out of the TV. So let's just
Right.
They can use the TV, they use electricity, so that can help bolster them. But is it like inside the TV coming out?
No,
No.
no, it's not.
Yeah. So, and the whole white misty thing, um, it usually kind of dissipates sooner than it does like in this movie, the way it sort of travels and moves around and everything, which is just amazing and awesome. That would be, I think I'd be like, whoa, I'd be so excited. First, I might be a little like jump a little bit because it's
Sure.
all in 3D. Like seeing that clearly in 3D would be something. Yeah. But
Yeah.
now the earthquake, yeah, it can rock your house. It can rock
Yeah.
furniture, make you feel like you're, I mean, that's really overdone the way they had it in there, but yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Very overdone, but
Yes.
still very fun.
Yes.
Very
Yeah.
fun. So the next clip we had was a kitchen scene, and the mother walks away from the table and she comes back to the table and all of the chairs are stacked. I believe they're upside down in a pyramid of
I
sorts.
think so. And I think it was a pretty fast turnaround. It was like a
It
30-second something, or
way
maybe not
fast.
even that.
It was really fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that can happen.
Yeah, that can happen. Yeah, absolutely.
How it happens without anybody actually seeing it happen,
Right.
I don't know, but
Right.
it happens.
Yeah. It's one of those mystery ones I've asked a lot of questions about. I get some answers, but sometimes there are things that our little old brains just cannot understand. And it's one of those that maybe someone with a bigger brain than me would be able to understand it, but I can't. But yeah, that can happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've also seen, there was a video we did once, I think it was a Nuke's top 5, and they showed that in this and we both called BS on it.
Yep.
Like it's like, no, there was no.
That was staged.
Yep, that was staged. But yes,
Yeah.
it can.
It can.
So
Yeah.
okay.
The next clip was still in the kitchen.
My favorite clip, I think, of the whole movie, because it was just so like I wanted to be Carol Ann so badly. The helmet, everything.
You want to describe the scene?
There's a spot in the kitchen, and then the mom sort of circled, and then she would put a chair. She put a chair once, or she put Carol Ann with the little helmet on, sat her there, and then you saw her start to rock, and then she whooshed across the floor to the other side of the room. And of course the mom's jumping up and like all screaming, is so excited.
And the dad's like, oh no.
Like he does.
Oh no. No.
It was so awesome. Like I so wanted to be Carol Ann. Wouldn't everyone? I mean, that's just yeah.
I love at the end of that scene when the mother is explaining to the father of how it feels, how sitting there and you can feel a tickle in your stomach, and then you just feel the energy pull you from your stomach. I could, by her explanation, I could put myself in that circle and just waiting for that pull.
Yes.
So
to move a physical body, to move a deva like that, even a small child who's 50 pounds, 60 pounds, whatever, is really not something. Now you can get don't misunderstand. Yes, you can get pushed, you can get thrown, but they're more of a violent one and done kind of whoosh,
like a big burst.
Because thank you. That you have to build up that, but to have it be like that in every time, even putting someone, if there were some sort of vortex there, it wouldn't be so consistent. And to do that to a human is very, our bodies are so the vibration is so dense, the energy is so dense. It just, a chair, we've all seen chairs move, etc. But still, again, with that consistency,
The
it's not,
consistency, because
yeah,
every time something got put in that circle,
yeah,
rock, and then
but that
it
would be
moves down the
awesome.
kitchen. Great scene. But yeah, very much overdone,
Yeah.
to like the 100th degree.
Yes, yes. And the closest thing I could come up with that could create that would be some sort of vortex.
Yeah.
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 And we come across vortex all the time, and they really can't be closed or anything. You have to move them out. They have to be moved way out, and like into the wilderness or some sort of more barren place, or wherever Mother Gaia believes they should be. We will often sort of defer to her. Where would you like this? And so because sometimes they're placed in an area that needs that energy for whatever reason to heal the earth, whatever is needed. So yeah. So
Okay. Next comes the storm.
Yes.
There is a storm that happens.
And the creepy ass clown. I'm just saying. Ugh.
Yeah.
It's a doll clown. Like, it's just,
and it's huge.
Yes, and those two things, it just, that freaks me out. I guess they're the creepiest thing. Anyway, we don't have to go to y'all know what we think of haunted positive dolls or whatever and all of that. So we're not going there. Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing living inside that clown doll thing.
No. Even though later in the movie it tries to strangle the poor boy, but
yes, but
no.
No.
So in this storm, there is a first clip of where the tree falls over and breaks the window, which, any storm could do that.
Yep.
But then the tree morphs and it turns into this big hand, and it snatches up the little boy and pulls him out of the bed and outside. No.
Sorry.
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. No. Great special effects though.
Yes.
That's a nightmare. Like, that's just that scenario is just such a nightmare. Yeah.
Right. So as the little boy is struggling in this tree, the storm continues in the bedroom, and the closet starts pulling in the toys, and then the wind that's coming from the closet is pulling this little girl, Carol Ann. She's hanging onto her bed frame, this wicker bed, and it's pulling her, and it just very slowly, finally, the wicker gives way, and whoosh, she is in the closet and gone.
Yep. Gone.
Just
Gone. Yes.
Into another dimension.
Yes. So the storm can kick up energy. Ghosts, earthy spirits, whatever, healed or unhealed, can draw energy from that, without a doubt. You're not going to get so much activity that it's that powerful, going to be pulling her. Stuff's going to be sucked into that, like a really, did they even call it a vortex in there? I don't remember, but that was sort of the gist of it, that it was some sort of vortex pulling everything out of the room, kind of like a big magnet or something.
Right.
And it's just not going to suck you in, like inside the home. Now, there is stuff in nature. You could be outside somewhere and things happen. You can get swooped up by wind. There's tornadoes and all sorts of things. Yes, but this sort of supernatural inside the house, inside the closet, no. And I'll let you talk about the obvious The body cannot be.
Oh, the body going into another dimension.
Yes.
No, no, we cannot transport or be transported from this 3D plane into another dimension.
No.
I don't care what dimension you're talking about, if it's where earthbound spirits get trapped, or it's well, I'm not even going to go into what dimensions people think are out there, but
Yes.
no, we
These
cannot
we're too dense. And everything too. Everything here, anything physical, chairs, whatever, they're too dense, that gravity.
right.
So it's not going to
Yeah.
not going to happen.
So no, you're just not going to get.
And I want to bring something up. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Go ahead. I think you're going to go where I was just going to mention.
Maybe not with astral projection.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
There are people. One thing I will tell students is please, please do not get on the internet and start Googling things, because you will come up with, I have students that literally come back in tears, crying. They're so scared because they read some nonsense that, someone posted that happened to them, this, that, or the other, and they got stuck in another dimension. And what, you're not going to get stuck. Astral projection is safe. It is safe. Certainly, if any of you are planning on it, speak to someone who is not a novice at it, someone who has done it a lot, and they understand everything, and ask questions and learn about it. But you're not going to get stuck. You're not going to get stuck. Your physical body is still alive. Your heart's still beating. You have a silver thread connected to all your energetic pieces. Certainly that astral piece of you, you're not going to get stuck out there. It's just not going to happen. So, and it's certainly not going to happen with your physical body. Okay.
Yes. And side note,
Oh.
I would not be the one to contact if you are interested in astral projecting, because I don't do it.
Right. I don't either. I know about it, but I don't know a lot, but I know some. We all sort of astral project when we sleep. There is different types of projections that we do when we sleep, but to consciously do it and want to do it,
right?
I don't, and I just don't feel the need to. I do so much psychically that I just don't. Okay.
So, okay, fabulous
Yes.
part of the movie.
Yes.
Poor little girl gets ripped out of her room, sucked into Never Never Land, which really can't happen.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the clairvoyant medium that they bring in. Tangina, I believe is her name.
Now, is that the stairway thing? Does that come before her?
Oh, yes, it does.
Okay.
My bad.
That's okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
The stairway.
Yes. This was a beautiful scene. It was very well done.
It was beautiful. So in this, so the whole team is in the house and they're documenting. What you see is the camera moving on its own, pointing towards the stairs, which with activity, absolutely. What's happening in this stairway is this beautiful, bright light figure emerges from upstairs, and it comes down the staircase. Excuse me. It's very beautiful. The wind kicks up in the room and everybody's kind of in awe and a little bit scared. And then they look to see if that was recorded, and it was. What the recording shows is it was not one entity that comes down the stairs, but it shows what Pam and I would refer to as a paranormal highway. What they depict in the movie is very bright light, almost halo looking, on each individual that happens to come down the stairs and move through. I have not seen a paranormal highway of healed spirits that would look more like how it was depicted in the movie. But absolutely, I have seen a paranormal highway like that of unhealed spirits.
Which would not be, which are not that bright. You
Are
cannot
not
get
at all.
that brightness
Mm-mm.
when you're stuck in that dimension.
No, the vibration is way too low, way too fear-based.
Yes.
Um,
Now, we hear people all the time, and we have experienced ourselves, but like an angel, angels can be very bright.
oh yeah.
The brightest. Our guides are not that bright, are not like, it's just, that's an angelic thing. So that could, you know, in my mind, I think, wow, what a beautiful, they were depicting it as unhealed spirits.
Right.
But that's not what you're looking at there. You're seeing these bright. So in my mind, it's like, it's like a whole field of beautiful angels.
Yeah.
Just gorgeous how they
Yeah. Depicted.
Thank you. That word. Yes.
Yeah. So they really in the movie took two concepts and combined them into one thing.
Yep.
A really fabulous clip once again. The whole movie is just fabulous.
Yes. And absolutely everyone would stand around just like in the movie, how there's like,
no doubt,
like just watching, and just the awe inspiring of it, like just but again, it would be all angels or very high vibrational beings, but it's really it seemed very angelic. The way they predict. Keep saying predicted. Depicted. Yes.
It's okay. So yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yes. But there are highways of unhealed spirits, and they're like doorways, and it's like everyone's going on. It really is like there is a street there, and they're all going through, and it's just a wild.
Well, our physical space that we used to have, I don't know that it was a highway.
Nope, but it was an open door.
It was sure an open door, and we sure had our share of passerbys.
Yes, lots. Some who had no idea they were dead, some who did, some who wanted our attention, some who didn't. It was just it was
most that we didn't pay any attention to.
No, I know, because we just so okay. Now,
all right.
I think the best, they're all such great scenes. I know every time I say this is like my favorite scene or the best scene or whatever, but this particular, what ML is about to read is the best like dialogue, I think, of the whole movie. Yeah.
It is fabulous. I'm just, where do I begin? I think I'm going to begin right here. She's they're in the living room, and they have everybody's there, and she says to the mother, "Your daughter is alive in this house."
Hold on just a second.
Yes.
Did we explain who this is?
Oh no, we didn't.
I think you started to, and then I cut you off because we went to the other scene, and now we have to come back. So the ghost hunting team is there, and they call in this. In the movie, she was supposed to be some famous medium or something, I think. Something like that.
Yeah, she's a clairvoyant, medium. I don't know what all they call her.
Yes, yes, yes. And what is her name?
Tangina.
Tangina. Okay.
Tangina.
All right.
And she is maybe all of 4 feet tall.
Yes. And she was in the movie, so Carol Ann has been taken away into another dimension, into this
Mhm.
this vortex or something. And so I believe they need the mom. They're thinking they need the mom to go in and get her. They're gonna like tie a rope to her and send her in, which is all just Hollywood stuff, but fabulous. Um, and so I think isn't that this speech? Like she's telling her the importance of it.
This is before they go on to do
They
that.
do all that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So she says, your daughter is alive and in this house. Where was the last incident of bilocation? And that's what she's calling where the little girl was sucked into the other dimension. I get my strongest feelings. The point of origin is in the child's closet. Now, honey, are you going to be strong for me and for your daughter? I can do absolutely nothing without your faith in this world and your love for the children. Now, I will ask, will you do everything I ask, even if it runs contrary to your beliefs as a human being and a Christian? And of course, the mother says yes.
Mhm.
Will you all come on in, gather around? There is no death. There is only a transition to a different sphere of consciousness. Carol Ann is not like those she's with. She is a living presence in their spiritual earthbound plane. They are attracted to the one thing about her that is different from themselves, her life force. It is very strong. It gives off its own illumination. It is a light that implies life and memory of love and home and earthly pleasures, something they desperately desire but can't have anymore. Right now, she's the closest thing to that. And that is a terrible distraction from the real light that has finally come for them. You understand me? These souls, who for whatever reason are not at rest, are also not aware that they have passed on. They're not part of consciousness as we know it. They linger in a perpetual dream state, a nightmare from which they cannot awake. Inside the spectral light is salvation, a window to the next plane. They must pass through this membrane where friends are waiting to guide them to new destinies. Carol Ann must help them cross over, and she will only hear her mother's voice. Now hold on to yourselves. There's one more thing. A terrible presence is in there with her. So much rage, so much betrayal. I've never seen anything like it. I don't know what hovers over this house, but it was strong enough to punch a hole into this world and take your daughter away from you. It keeps Carol Ann very close to it and away from the spectral light. It lies to her. It tells her things only a child could understand. It has been using her to restrain the others. To her, it simply is another child. To us, it is the beast. Now, let's go get your daughter.
I love that. Oh, I just love that. Love, 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 love. I have
Whew.
yes. It's really a lot of that is really very like yes. You just want to say, yep, yep, Yep. The verbiage is different, and if you were to think of Carol Ann, she can't be sucked away, but there can be something with that attachment, and that's how they start it. They might appear as another child, they get her, but it would all be energetic. All of this would be done energetically, where Carol Ann it would probably have, like, in her room, so every time she went into a room, that's where this thing is doing its business, etc. Has a bunch of other souls trapped. Yep. But so really that's the piece that doesn't make sense, or that wouldn't actually happen. What are you?
The going into the other dimension.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
I'm replaying. She does that monologue so
Yes, you have to watch
perfectly.
that.
Her
You have to watch
voice
her.
and
It's
everything.
so perfect. So
Yeah.
perfect. Yes, it's beautiful. And there really is something about, if, like, the time we've talked about it many times, when Mari-Lyn got jumped, what Mari-Lyn heard was my voice. And
Mhm.
that would be very true with a child and her mother. That connection that you have. If she were in that room, physically in the room, again, the entity sort of has control over her and talking through, she would absolutely hear Mama's voice.
Mhm. Absolutely.
And that really would be what would help pull her out. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, oh, that is such an awesome. Yeah. I think there was something else in there too I wanted to mention, but I don't remember what it was now.
Well, the everything she said, she says it so beautifully.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, about that life force and Carol Ann's illumination.
Yes. And all
And
that's true. Kids are so bright and shiny.
yeah. Um, the spirits not understanding that they have passed. That is so very true.
Mhm.
So often, not every time.
No. And
Um,
really, some of those could, maybe they don't know, and then others know, but they're so scared of this thing that they've been threatened. They don't have, again, it's the diminished capacity
mhm.
to think, so they're not able to think clearly. And those, this sounds like not an old earthy, it would be something that was never in life. Very
Right.
smart, very
Right.
manipulative. They know exactly what to say. That whole speech was brilliant.
Um, I want to talk for a second about where they're distracted by Carol Ann and her illumination, which is keeping them away from what does she call it? The spectral light.
Mhm.
Um, sorry. Excuse me. Um, yes, that does happen.
Mm.
Um, I mean, the light, when that light is brought in, absolutely, there are some earthbounds that are so drawn to it. They're
Yeah.
they're gone before you have a chance to even really know
Right.
who just flew by me and went into the light. And then there are others that are so afraid
Yes.
they'll grab hold of anything
Yeah.
as a distraction. Um,
However, she would not be brighter than that light.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
such an awesome, that was like the best.
Yeah.
That was, yeah. I think I watched that a couple of times, like over and over. It's like, I have to hear that again. I have to hear that again. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really, really, really
Yeah.
was. Yeah. And then, from there they move on into actually retrieving the daughter from this other
Which is,
dimension that,
yeah, very, very awesome in a movie, but not practical. It's not going to happen and everything that happens after that is just sort of But go, if you haven't seen the movie, or if you have, but you haven't seen it in a long time, please watch it.
Yeah.
It's amazing. The
So
acting
it
is
so fun.
fabulous. Everything is just, yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay.
It is.
Um,
Well,
sorry, I wish we could have brought the movie to you,
oh,
let you see the clips, but Paramount or whatever, it just wasn't happening.
Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was Warner Brothers.
We did not want to get now I saw there are a couple people who do movie reviews on YouTube. And so I was like, well, what the heck? How come? And I watched theirs, and first of all, they're not getting monetized for them because Paramount will not allow that. But the clips that they showed were very just, they weren't any of the paranormal clips. They weren't, they were just really kind of the fluffy, like, why even bother showing that clip?
Mhm.
So there was something with it that they were able to go ahead and show those, but wasn't happening for us because of the clips that we got.
Well, we wanted to show the meat and potatoes of
yes, and we got a pretty
you know?
stern emails. So we're like, okay, we're gonna stop. We're done.
not able to do it.
Yeah.
So I hope you enjoyed this,
Yes,
because the
yes.
movie, like we said,
Let
the
us
movie
know.
is so fabulous. So
Yes. And okay, check out our other the Conscious Spirit podcast and the Conscious Spirit podcast.
yes,
All the links will be below.
everything is below.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I guess we'll see you next time.
Yeah. See ya. I know. I don't think there's anything left to say. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.